Welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Tim, also known as Minnesota Boy, your co-host and part of the Munzee team.
And I'm Craig. Wow, you sound very different, Rob. I'm also known as See My Shell. I started as an avid Munzee player, now proudly part of the team.
Each week we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, divulge some secrets, and inform players from around the world just what's coming your way.
So sit back, relax. It's today's episode. We've got lots to talk about, Tim.
We do.
But first and foremost, I nearly did it. I nearly called you Rob. If you listened before, you've jumped in Rob's seat before, Tim.
Yes,
and in that episode, I think it was 9 times, I actually called you Rob by mistake. So what I'm going to say straight off the bat, and that is, if you're listening to this podcast and it's before lunchtime, make sure you've got a cup of coffee. If you're listening to this after lunchtime, get a cold, alcoholic beverage, if you so wish, in your hand. Every time I mistakenly call Tim Rob, then feel free to have a drink. And just let's see if you finish your cup of coffee or if you if you get hammered before the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
you never know. That we may sound better, Tim, as well. People might actually understand me if they've got slightly alcohol in their system. But anyway. Anyway, apart from that, Tim, what have you been up to, mate?
A couple of things, Craig. I was so exciting recently to pass 100 million points on my Munzee account.
Oh,
I know.
Well done,
Pretty
sir.
cool, huh?
Well done. Well done,
most
sir.
of that was over the years. I was not on the team most of that time, and just slogging through Munzees and going to big events, and it's finally it's good to get into that triple digit millions.
Well, welcome to the party.
Thank you.
Saying.
Thank you.
I beat Rob to that. Oh no, I didn't beat Rob to that party. But you are gaining on.
I am
Rob.
gaining on Rob by
He won't listen to this episode.
by 1 to 2 million points a month generally.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've noticed that because of our guild that the three of us are in. I've kept an eye. I keep an eye on these things. I watch, and making sure that you don't actually gain any on me. But anyway. What else has been happening, mate? Anything else has been happening?
Well, it's the beginning of the month.
It's the beginning of the month,
and I know we're going to talk about hybrid Munz packs later in this podcast.
Yeah.
But it is the beginning of the month, and that means that for me, shipping out stickers, there's a lot of hybrid Munz packs that go out at the beginning of the month. A lot of people signed up for the subscription, and they do it at the beginning of the month, so it just kind of comes around. And so it's just a lot of mail, a lot of envelopes going out.
That's right. Just like this podcast, there's a lot of mail. Anyway, moving on to the events from last weekend in the USA, we had Michigan and Indiana, and around the world, mate.
One in the UK and one in Germany.
That's true. Leaderboards over the weekend. Now, this is one of those weekends, Tim, whereby, it's the start of the month. And as a lot of people understand, the first and second of the month don't actually count towards the Gauntlet Games requirements for that particular month.
Right.
Inclusive to, ready for this? I'm going to start with a tip straight away. Inclusive of those people who obtain crates on the first and second, for instance, are not going. If you open them from the third onwards, they're not counted as a crate. You got to obtain the crate on the third or after as well. So the tips just flying out already. So anyway, the leaderboards over the weekend, I thought to myself, when I'm looking at the show notes, I thought, these leaderboards are going to be low. No, that's not the case, especially on Saturday, which is the first. But anyway, Friday leaderboard, we'll get into it straight away. In first place, we had Brasilia with 334,000 points. Second place, Herbie, 297,000 points. And in third place, Jaroslav Kass with 288,000 points. On Saturday, mate, with the millionaire on the first.
On Saturday, we had one person over $1 million. In fact, they got to 2.5 million. That is plenty. SMV. Followed in second place by Sweet Mother of God, 246,000 points. And then Vatotech in third with 236,000.
Nice. I love that name, Sweet Mother
That's a good
of
one,
God.
Sweet Mother of God.
If you're listening to this podcast and that's your name, your Munzee name is Sweet Mother, well done to you. I enjoy. That's the second time I've read it out on the podcast at some point in time. So there we go. On Sunday, we had Coca-Cola Marty.
Yeah,
that's a new name.
I think so.
Coca-Cola Marty, 257,000 points, and I wonder what beverage they drink. Second place, Jaroslav Kass, 213,000 points. And in third place again, Vatotech, our good friend of the podcast, 203,000 points. Well done to Vatotech in third place again. Yeah. So is Vatotech, is he in Minnesota now? Where's he now?
He spends a lot of time here in Minnesota. I'm not sure exactly where his he would say his home is. Because I think it's Arizona and Minnesota. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it was Arizona itself too. So,
but that's how you get the big points, right? You move around.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Weekend events coming up this weekend. We have Massachusetts, Iowa, Arizona, South Carolina, Texas, and Indiana. And around the world, mate, we have
Ontario, Canada, one in Germany, 2 in Denmark, 1 in Finland, 1 in Luxembourg, and then 1 in Australia. But it says VIC.
I knew you wouldn't get
And
it.
I am not
knows
clear
it.
on all of the Australian states. You call them states, is that
Acronyms.
correct?
We got 6 states
Okay.
and 2 territories.
Okay.
just to be different.
Yeah, well, we have
So
this
okay. I'm going to deep dive.
Oh, you just go quickly through them because I don't know.
VIC,
Yeah.
Victoria.
All right.
SA,
I don't know.
South Australia.
Yeah,
And yes,
South.
that's actually the state,
Oh,
South
okay.
Australia. WA,
I'm going to guess West Australia.
Western
Okay,
Australia.
Western. Gotcha.
NT,
NT is, I don't know.
Northern Territory. So that's a territory.
Okay.
QLD.
Queensland?
Yes, Queensland. Well done. NSW.
New South Wales.
There you go. So New South Wales and Queensland are the biggest 2 states
Okay.
when it comes to populations. ACT.
ACT has something to do with the capital, but I don't know what the letters mean.
Australian Capital Territory.
Okay.
So that's the other territory.
Right.
And then we can't leave out the last one, TAS.
Which is Tasmania.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tasmania, all the way down south, an island off the continent of Australia. So there you go. All right,
good.
now you know some more geography
Yes,
of
we do.
Australia. Now, you ship down to Australia too,
I
don't you,
do. You know, there's a lot of Munzee players in Australia.
Tim? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
I wonder how long it takes for them to get their stickers down.
You know, I
Australia.
really don't know the answer to that. I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's generally about 2 weeks.
Okay, well, let me
Yeah.
know. If you're in Australia,
Yep.
you know how to hit me up. Let me know how long does it take roughly for you to get your stickers
I
from
would
Tim
like
all the way
to know.
from Minnesota all the way down. Speaking of Minnesota, that's the big event coming up September 17 now to 20. Not 18 to 20. They've chucked in another event.
Yes, of course. Why not?
5 events, 4 days. Munzee Mania in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? I heard that you Minnesotans love me saying it that way. Is that true?
It is something that we joke about. Correct.
Just like they joke about Minnesota boy, Minnesota boy,
Yes,
Minnesota boy.
But yes,
So yeah, 5 events, 4 days. That's going to be a big one. Obviously, you're going to be.
I
at
am
that
going to
one,
be there.
Tim.
All of those events. I'm a sponsor of the Munzee Mania events as well.
Oh.
So yeah, come to Minnesota. It's great in September. Great weather. You can come, and there's as most people know, Minnesota, the Twin Cities area is a real big hotbed of Munzee. So if you've never
Yeah.
been here before, we have gardens everywhere. If you just focused on the Mall of America area itself, you could spend a couple of days there just capping. It's crazy.
And you can get RSI in your fingers from hand
Yeah.
capping, all that sort of stuff. Well, that's actually a good point, Tim. If you've never been to Minnesota before, if you're a Munzee player and never been there, then this is your time to go. Make sure, though, you have all your blasts in hand.
Yeah.
Make sure you have some other boosters like virtual capture boosters, all the stuff in hand as well, ready to go. And you could possibly break the record, Cole Cracker 7's record from California, where she got 9 million points in a day.
Because if you had
9 million is the record, so you got to beat the 9 million to get Cole Cracker's record.
I would love to see it happen.
Me too. But it is a possibility. If you
Yeah.
haven't been, an absolute possibility. So
What's the next big event that's going to happen, Craig?
the next one after that is Viva Las
Oh,
Vegas.
Vegas.
November 6th, 7th, 8th. Munzee Mirage in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Again, 5 events over 3 days there too. So the Willetons there are popping up as well. So
Good.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've been to Vegas a couple of times now. I really enjoy Vegas. Would I love to see some Munzee events in Vegas? Absolutely. You can either spend your money and do the blasts of Vegas, or just go to the casino and waste it from there. It's up to you. So.
Yes, your choice.
Exactly. After that, January 14, 15, 16, 17, that's right, another 4 days, 5 events. Munzee Mecca in Florida, followed by February 5th is Coexisting in Yuma,
Yes.
Arizona. So there you go. I think they're really well spread out too, Tim. I'll be honest with you. September, then October's free, then November you got the Vegas, and then December's free, then January you got Florida. I like how they're spread out that way too.
I do too, and I appreciate going to Florida in January. So
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
How many feet of snow do you have to plunge through to the airport to get out?
Yes, I mean, January is a good time to get out. It's post-Christmas, January you just want to leave, so.
Exactly. And then get back there before summer hits in Florida. I'll say that much because it's hot here as well. So there we go. But also, Tim, I can say this now with kind of a surety, and if I'm wrong, then obviously Sam's going to tell me that I'm wrong as well. But it's a possibility where things have been happening, and that is, it's important. Listen very carefully. It's important that you if you're going to an event, you click your intentions. In other words, you click that little "I'm going" button. There's two reasons for it. Number one, the main reason is obviously you're letting the host know that how many people are actually going to be attending, so they can make sure that they have enough things in place and places, locations, that sort of thing as well. But also, this is new. This is brand new. There may or may not be in place now or coming up an algorithm in place whereby you can attract BVGs, the bouncing virtual gardens, based upon the attendees. So what I mean by that is, say for instance, Tim, you and I, and there's say 8 others, so 10 people are attending an event, and we've all 10 of us have all captured the Rainbow Garden event, for the Rainbow Garden BVG. Is that going to bounce at our event? Probably not, because we've all capped it. You see what I mean? Yeah. So it's it doesn't attract those. What it will attract is if all 10 of us haven't capped a particular one, it will attract that one. Bam, to that event, you see. So, so make sure you click your I'm goings on the calendar. And, Tim, more importantly, if you're going to the big events like Munzee Mania, Vegas, the whole lot, don't just click one, say I'm going. Yeah. Go in and out of each event that you're going to go to and click I'm going, because they are in different locations. You can attract different BVGs, etc. And also it does help with the hosts themselves knowing how much.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know Minnesota, Jake and Bob and all the team, they put on a spread even. Like sometimes there's food.
There's food, water bottles. You just want to know how many people are going to be there. You want to have an idea like, I've got this pavilion. I know it can hold this many people. You want to know who's going to be there. So, put those will attends down. It is something that really helps people out.
Absolutely. So we get them in itself. And if you're a host of a growing event, reach out to me and we'll discuss it from there and how you can actually get your event to be go mega events of 50 or more. So... All right, Tim. That was close. I caught myself there.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Developments and from this week. First and foremost, bonus days for this week.
Days, yeah.
Bonus days. Every single Wednesday for the month of August, we have Whittle Wish Wednesday, which means double whittle deploys on the first and foremost. And what that means is that they're a free thing when you get whittles. If you've got whittles, they're free to actually redeploy them utilizing your free stars, from your daily strolls. Yes. If you do it on Wednesdays, instead of throwing out one, it'll throw out 2 whittles. You see what I mean? So it does it that way as well. So that's good. Every single Wednesday. At the same time, it's 10 times the points on wishing wells every Wednesday as well. So I know they're only 10 points, but hey, 10 points to 100 points, it's a big deal. And if you're using a double virtual booster as well, then that's a 200 points per wishing well.
Oh, yeah.
See, so that's how it works.
Very good.
Mate, there's also Scatter Saturdays. Tell us about Scatter Saturdays.
Yeah, Scatter Saturdays. I love Scatter Saturdays because, you go out and you cap those Munzees that throw scatters, and some of them, throw various amounts. Some only throw 1, but some throw maybe 1 to 3 scatters. Well, on Scatter Saturdays, that's double, so you might get 2 to 6 scatters flowing from 1 cap. Of course, you can cap those. Everybody's getting the cap on points, so it's like the map can just explode with color.
Absolutely. So can you imagine though? Can you imagine? I love it too on the weekends because it's on Saturdays. Yeah. If you're in an event and if you're walking around the event itself, capturing the event pins. And there's a few people utilizing VAX, for instance, and then so the VAX just automatically suck up the scatter types, and then they scatter out. Then the scatters on scatters and scatters and scatters,
yes.
And you got several people doing the VAC at the same time. The map soon floods more and more with the actual scatters, and then because the VAC captures those scatters, so they then disappear again. So it comes and goes and comes and goes. They're like waves.
Yeah, so. it can be a lot of fun. I love Scatter Saturdays.
Although in saying that, some people say that as well. Don't waste. People think that's wasting a vac if you use if you use them and they pick up scatters because the scatters aren't as many points as what they are for other things too. So don't. As some people say, don't waste the vac on scatter.
Everybody
Saturdays,
makes their choice as to how they want to get their points.
That's what I love about this game. That's what I love about this game is the way people play it. They all play it differently. Meanwhile, that was close. That was close. See, I picked it up as well.
You've done well.
This weekend, sir, August 7 to 9, we have double points for everyone, but what are they on?
Greenies, cards, flats, gaming, and colors. That's all the colors. Now, every color.
Every color. The white, the black, all the plain colors we're talking about. The Crayola colors. Did you know that, Tim? That the actual color names themselves are named after the Crayola pack.
Wow. I don't think I've really noticed that, but there are so many. How many are there, Craig? I think is there
72.
Wow, 72 colors.
Yeah, I think it's 72. Wow. I don't quote me on that now because I'm
double
guessing myself.
Like that, It's a lot of
Sam will let me know, and I'll have to correct myself next week. I'll just say that. It's a lot. But also, don't forget the double points on greenies. Why? Because, greenies greenie points are part of the Gauntlet Games requirements for this month too. So there you go. Something else has happened as well this week itself, August 1st through to August 9th, is Deliveroo. Tell us more about Deliveroo, Tim.
Oh, well, you cap the flat loos or the fancy flat loos, and they scatter other things. Because guess where Rob and Lou are right now?
They're in
France.
France.
And they're following the Tour de France Femmes. And
that's right.
Yes. So we always throw out the special Lou stuff while they're doing that. And I got a couple of champagne bottles this morning, in fact.
Oh, if that's the case, then you capped one of the fancy flat loos.
Yes.
Yeah, fancy flat loos can scatter up to 3 champagne bottles. Any other flat loo can send up to 3 grapes, wedges of cheese, or baguettes as well. So August 1st through to 9th. Now, I wonder if everyone's waiting to do that on Saturday, so they can do Scatter Saturday, inclusive of. I gotta make sure that the program's in place for that too. After I get off the episode, just to make sure make sure they overlap exactly. There is, if you don't have any flat loos around you and you want to swap them around with other players like guild friends, etc., then there is a special at the store at the moment. Buy 2 flat loos and get 1 free. But as always, you must have 3 in your cart, and then it will only charge you for 2. Yeah. Don't buy 2 expecting you get 1 for free. That's not the case.
That all works.
3 in your cart, or groups of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, like that. So that's it for the flat loo and the Deliverloos, and as I said, up until the end of August 9th. Meanwhile, now we're going to get on to the August Munzee packs. This is where I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
So the August is ready for a new thing. A new pack rats come out. They're called the Jackhammer pack rat. Do you like these pack rats?
I do like the pack rats. They're like the Whittles, it's all this cool artwork, and it's more bouncers. Hey, the more bouncers, the better, right? Things bouncing around the map. Love it.
Exactly. This one here, the Jackhammer. I love the style of these too. They're very steampunk looking. Sort of the pack rats. If you haven't seen the pack rats, then they're part of the Munzee packs themselves, and you can purchase those. Tell us more about how they purchase, what they need to do, Tim. Because as I said, you do the hybrid packs, especially. You're heavily involved.
Go to the Freeze Tag store, search for the Munzee packs. You'll find them right away. The Jackhammer pack rat is included in both the hybrid Munzee pack and the virtual Munzee pack. So you can pick one of those up. But yeah, I'm specifically involved more in the hybrid ones because that means I have to ship out those 25 generic stickers that go along with it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
that's where the hybrid.
Yep, that's the hybrid part of it because you get generic stickers in the mail from me, and you get all of the other stuff, the credits and the virtuals. There's Evo resets, there's a bee, there's a pink diamond, there's a potion of plenty, there's a prize wheel in the hybrid Munzee pack.
Oh,
yeah. There's some virtuals. There's a Celtic Falcon. There's the Flat Lou in there, which you might need.
Oh,
and there's a 3 of the new Industrial Revolution cards, which is a new card that's included in this one.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I like that. And don't forget as well, so some people forget, and I did until you mentioned it, the Celtic Falcon.
Yeah.
The Celtic Falcon and all the other Celtic animals still have that 25 deploy and 100 deploy bouncer. And if you don't know anything about it, then first and foremost, go and have a look exactly and have a read of the blog. Yeah. But basically what it is, if you deploy your first 25 of the one particular style, like the Celtic Falcon is for an example, then you get a temporary bouncer of the Celtic Falcon.
Nice.
That happens every 25. So 25, then 50, then 75. And then when you deploy 100 of those, I know it's a lot, but this doesn't end, then you get one permanent Celtic Falcon bouncer.
Yeah, eventually you'll get there, right? You don't have to do it all at once. Eventually you'll get there.
That's right. That's right. There are a couple that did it all at once. I will say.
Yes, there are.
I think there are a few people like that. They go, "I've got to do it all now." You know, they're the ones kind of like me a little bit when it's like, I need to do everything from the Gauntlet games in the first week of the month. So that's me normally.
Yeah, and that's why that's what I talked about when you interviewed me for the special birthday episode, which people should go back and listen to if they missed that one.
Oh, that's
because you get to hear from all kinds of staff members at Freeze Tag. But anyway, what I talked about partially when you asked me questions was that you can play this game in any way you want. You can play it so simply. You can just cap the physicals you see or the virtuals you come upon and not really delve deep into it. But you can go deep and remember things like these Celtic things that are still going on and the traveling troops that we just did. And it's an unending amount of things that you can get into in Munzee if you want to. But you really, but you don't have to. You can play very simply if you'd like.
Exactly. Going back when you said I just thought about it too. Now, W. Helen, he's the king of this. Now, we all know people want high points, then they look at what the big players are doing. For instance, the Colcrack Sevens, the W. Helens, all the big players themselves. So look back at and I saw what he did going back last year for the first time. And what he does is when he organizes an event, then he doesn't put out the event pins straight away. He knows where he's going to put them, and he plans to put them there, but he doesn't put them out because you can't put other physical pins when you've placed the event pin. If you've got the pack where you don't have the what's it called, the radius. Yeah. The radius ones for the event pins, then you can place an event pin over the top, or nearby an existing physical pin, but not vice versa. So what he does the day before or whatever, he goes around with all his stickers and all his prize wheels and puts out prize wheels around that loop that he's going to make the next day or whatever. Yeah. So that encourages people then to actually cap the prize wheel itself, which in turn gives him cap on points, but also cap on prizes.
Yes.
You see? So there you go.
Yep. If you want big points, do what the big point players do.
Big point players do it, exactly. But I saw that when he did that, and I went, oh, that's so smart. Yeah. Some people, but don't forget as well, and this is, again, speaking of smart players, Vatotech is one of them as well. Yes. Vatotech told me as well, make sure that you don't do all prize wheels, physical prize wheels. Do a couple of greenies in there as well. And the reason for that is, people are capping the event pins, people are capping the prize wheels, people are capping physical stickers, which then opens their crates. Yes. You don't get a new crate from a prize wheel. You do get a new crate, though, from a greenie. Yes, so make sure you have greenies in that loop so people can pick up crates.
I have been at events where I've opened the crates that I have, and then it's like I need another greenie to come along, and then hopefully there is one. Yeah.
That's right. So that information was from Vatotech.
Wow.
See? So
many tips.
All the big players. So thank you for all the tips, everyone out there as well. All right, Rob, we're going to move along to the... Oh,
you did it. You finally did it.
I did it. We're going to move along. I picked it up after the fact. The Gauntlet Games requirements. Now, there has been some talk on the water cooler in regards to the new Gauntlet Games. I will say Rob did these ones. I'll throw him under the bus last week as well. Yep. He did all these ones. The only thing I've seen people talk about is the wishing wells. Tim, talk to us about the wishing wells. What are your thoughts on the wishing wells?
Well, I do have some of the same concerns that I think that players have with the wishing wells because of their short radius for capturing them.
Oh, yeah.
That is the one concern I might have. But overall, the wishing wells are, Craig, they're free to put out.
This is true.
You can request another one every week. So you just need to use Cup-A-Z. There's a planner on Cup-A-Z that Sam has made for us. And you can just look at the map before you leave your house and go, okay, I can put one here and then here and then here. Maybe on your regular route to work or your regular route to where you go shopping every weekend or whatever. Yep. And then you can, get those put out there so that you can build up wishing wells that you can cap, so that when we have requirements like we do this month in the Gauntlet Games, you can have all those available to you. So now on my way to, I only work 2 miles from where I live, but I have to go also to the post office to drop off all those stickers that I send out. So I make a little loop, and I've been able to get 5 now wishing wells in there that I can cap every day when I go to work. So I'm doing 5 a day just without going out of my regular routine.
Just a normal routine,
Yeah.
still getting 5 a day,
Yep.
sort of thing. So, that's right. I will say, because I am one of the reviewers for the wishing wells themselves.
Oh.
Now, I do go through the queue every single day, if not twice or several times a day.
Yeah.
All depends on how busy I am. I will go through that queue. I will say a couple of tips. First and foremost, you do need to be half a mile from any other wishing well. So half a mile. I'll be honest with you, Tim, that's the only reason why I've actually declined any wishing wells, is because they're in radius of other ones, and I can't move them anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like, if they're 0.4 of a mile, for instance, away from one, I can look and go, okay, and then I can physically move it and then deploy it from there. But otherwise, if they're too close, then I have to decline it and say it's too close to existing wishing wells. As you said, Tim, you brought it up.
Yep.
Cup of Z is the
Cup of
best
Z.
place to actually plan it as well. But the biggest thing, Tim, like you said you go Munzeeing with your brother, for instance, Gravity Bear, or even your wife as well, Mrs. Minnesota Boy.
Yep.
And everyone has got a wishing well request once a week. And so some people, Tim, they'll go, okay, this is a perfect place. They're with their friends. This is a perfect place for wishing well. They'll go click to deploy one, and it doesn't get deployed automatically. It's gone into the list, our list.
Yep.
So then they go, oh, you try. So then the next person tries. You try.
Yeah.
The next person. I've had it where I know that there's been 4 players in a car together, and they've all tried to deploy. We get 4 requests for the wishing well at the same location.
Right.
Now, I can approve one.
Yep.
I can't approve the other 3, so the other 3 get declined. You see, what you're better off doing is going, okay, that's gone into the queue. We're going to move now to the next location, and then get the next person to attempt to deploy. And then, half a mile apart. Yeah, so that's the way you do it.
Plan it out.
So
Get together with your friends. Yep.
Exactly, and plan it out. That's right. Meanwhile, Rob. Okay.
Number 2.
Time. Every time I say meanwhile or moving on, I always that's my go-to. But anyway, moving on, Rob. I will say as well, the other issue people have with wishing wells is that if you're a premium member, you can opt to have the Munzee disappear off the map after you've capped it.
Right.
That's not the case with wishing wells. They stay on the map permanently. And so that's a big bugbear, if you like, with a lot of other players that they don't leave. Now, I understand there's a reason for it, and the reason for it is you can come back to that wishing well after you've capped it in order to deploy a whittle or make a wish and that sort of thing too. So that's the reason for it. But I am just letting everyone know that we hear these things, and I understand why and whatever. So I don't know. Sam listens to this episode every single week. He's one of the first to listen to these podcasts. So he may turn around and go, "Oh, you know what I could do."
Well, we'll leave that up to the experts, Craig, and the programmers, the people who work on this stuff, Sam or Robbie or Jeem, and all these people have lots of things on their plate already, and a long list of things that they have to look through. So we'll
a long list.
We'll let them continue on their list.
Exactly. Speaking of continuing on the list, Tim, we have a Munzee question of the week, and this one is directed directly for Tim.
Wow.
So
okay. How did they know I was going to be here?
I told them. But they wish to remain anonymous.
All right.
And the question is, I have always been curious about Tim's real job. He seems too young for retirement.
Oh. Yes, well, what a great compliment to say that I do not look like I am ready for retirement, although most people probably would not guess. But I will be 60 years old in October.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Big party in Minnesota?
Well, you never know. You'll be here in September for Munzee Mania, so
correct.
We can maybe celebrate that.
Celebrate then,
Yeah.
and then everyone goes to bed by 5
But
p.m.
I do have to answer the question. I do have a quote unquote real job, I guess, if my Munzee job is not real. I do work at a place that manufactures ultrasound equipment, but not for human use, for livestock use.
Oh.
So we make things that detect pregnancy in animals, things that detect a depth of back fat on a hog, for instance.
Oh.
We also do this thing, Craig. It's a frozen semen thaw jar.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. If people aren't familiar with the animal husbandry industry in the United States and around the world, a lot of animal husbandry is done via artificial insemination. So there's a lot of that kind of product. So we make something to deal with it.
Well, my anonymous friend, I dare say, he will be approaching you asking more information about that last one that you described. Do you do stuff for goats, Tim?
Yes, some of our machines do work for goats. Not sure if they would work for your tiny goats.
The Nigerian dwarfs?
The Nigerian dwarfs.
Yeah, what about quail?
No, nothing for quail. I think quail are on their own, Craig. They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, this is true. The same as the chickens. You gotta put them in the incubator and then wait 15 days and then get them out and candle them.
Okay.
Get them out and candle them. All you do for that, Tim. Literally 15 days goes by. You get them out. You put like a flashlight underneath them and to see if there's anything in it. And sometimes there's nothing in it still after 15 days, and you throw them out.
Yeah.
If there is something in it, then you make sure that they're off the rotation in a plain incubator where it doesn't move anymore for the lockdown. And so you leave them at that, and you increase the humidity level too, so they don't get shrink wrapped as they're popping out.
You know, the amazing thing about that is that's the way that has been done for forever, right? Candling. I mean, obviously they actually used candles before, not flashlights. But yeah, that's still the same way it's done today.
That's right, and everyone's got one of them on them. It's called a mobile phone. So
there you go.
All right, there you go, Tim. Well done for you. And as I said, that person is definitely going to hit you up. I'll let you know who it is off at the end of the episode. Tim, Munzee tip of the week. This tip of the week, I'm going to chuck it directly to you, sir. We have you on rarely, so when we do, I like to get the tip of the week from Tim.
Yeah.
Here's Tim's tip of the week.
I have a good one, and I think I might have mentioned this many months ago when I first joined the team. But what's important to me, because I ship things out from here, the stickers, the personal tags, the Cappy plushies, the coins. I have coins too, if anybody wants those. You can get all this on the Freeze Tag store website. But what I need you to do is when you hit that checkout button, before you hit that checkout button, make sure that your shipping address is correct. Your name, your address is correct. So many times I think what happens is it gets caught up in the different payment systems we have, like Apple Pay or Shopify Pay or Google Pay or whatever. And you have an old address in there, for instance, or something has just gotten jumbled.
Or a billing address.
Right. Sometimes a billing address gets in the wrong spot. Just make sure that shipping address portion is correct so that when I send you your stuff that you have purchased, that it gets directly to you without coming back to me first.
Do you get a couple coming back?
Yeah, stuff comes back to the P.O. box, and when that happens, I send that information off to Amari or Tamara, and they will, because they're doing the customer service stuff, and they will check with players in one way or another. Make sure your email address in there is correct, because they're going to try to contact you through that email address. They might even contact you in-game through the messaging, so pay attention to that if you're ordering stuff. Anyway, that's my tip. Do it right, and you will get your stuff.
Great tip of the week. Thank you for that, Tim. But meanwhile, as well, if you're in Australia, you ship to the Australian states too, don't you?
Yes, all over the world.
Yeah. So definitely, if you're in Australia, make sure that you have the correct address, because it gets all the way there, then all the way back.
And
how long does it normally take to get to?
I think it might be a couple of weeks to Australia, but anyone in Australia, if you order something, contact Craig and let him know how long it takes. to get stuff shipped.
I'm keen to know, actually. So, absolutely. I'm keen to know. So, there you go. All right, Tim, that ends another official Munzee podcast.
Thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
Don't forget, subscribe, rate, review on your favorite podcast app, and join us next week for another informative episode.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players.
So keep scanning, keep discovering, keep that Munzee spirit alive, Tim. 1, 2, 3.
Munzee on!
Oh, we did it the same.
Yes.
Look at that.
Well, we're good.
Wow.
We're good.
So much better than Rob.